Ahem. So I expected this anime to be some dog water. You know, something I'm sure your dog would enjoy, but if you gave it to anyone else, it would be an instant the type of show you would take offense if someone asked if you actually enjoyed it. Another isekai show that is for some reason at the top of your seasonal anime charts, that's about an S-rank Kirito with the same boring, adventurous scaling progression. With easy world terminology, you could rip from and attach to an already made isekai template. Like the main lead with the similar black hair, who more or less have the same personality as the others. The elf girl? Oh yeah, she has a bow. Oh, she's also a slave? Because those are so enraged right now in the other isekais. Oh yeah, let's add a demon girl and say she's the daughter of a former demon lord. They love those. If you want to act like this anime does something different, you're either lying to yourself or you haven't seen enough isekais.
I lie to myself.
But even with all of this presented to me, I hesitate to simply write it off as a bad isekai. Like, it's bad, don't get me wrong, but I actually want to finish this one. Either I've reached my breaking point and I'm about to be clinically insane, put into one of those straitjackets, or this anime actually does something well. Alright, to episode 1. So basically, the god of this world accidentally kills this guy. Like, what do you mean you accidentally killed someone? Like, sure, I fuck up from time to time, but never have I made such a critical error where I killed a man. Was God a drunk driver or something? Did she sneeze and cause a tornado or some other bullshit? But basically, the guy wasn't mad about it because she was hot. Like, I don't care if it's God himself. I'd be kinda pissed. I went from playing GTA on the new PS5 to the next second I'm seeing them golden gates. But this does make me curious though. Like, how hot we talking? Is she like Ria's Grimmery hot? Or like Queen Holford, who's easy on the eyes? I'm trying to find out what you mean. I mean, she is a god, so that's gotta be a godly box, if you know what I'm saying. So the main lead crashes down like, boom. Wait. Is that Rimuru? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be making season 3? It's strange how all the slime has the same particular shade of blue. I wonder why that is. Okay, so he presses this button to start his new life, and it basically translates to, "Hey, what's good? Gang, gang, gang. But yeah, welcome to your new life, nigga," and all that. Starting today, you ain't gonna have no memories of your past life. Like the time when you pissed yourself, when that street gang jumped your ass, or the time your crush curved you cause you couldn't get it up, or that one receptionist with the fatty. You know what I mean? All that shit, gone. Finito. F6. Alt 4. Delete. 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 Your past self already signed the contract too, nigga. So you stuck here now. And no take backs either. And I'm just like, what did this goddess do that was so horrifically bad that he had to sign a waiver to where he could not remember any of his past life? It's like she does not want to get sued, so she's taking every precaution to not get sued. Still, I'm going to go with the guess she was drunk driving Truck-kun or something, because you learn that there's others like him here. Kelvin already chose his stats before coming here. Bro was like, I got my ×2 stat. Alright. I got a double growth spell. I'ma save that one for the hoes. They gonna love it. I got me a magic enhancement spell. I got a blacksmithing skill. Yeah, this shit gonna be fun. Oh yeah, we gonna have some fun here. So you know how we're talking about the goddess, right? Well, Kelvin must have taken notes or something from Kazuya about how to get a season 2, cause bro forced the goddess of reincarnation to be his servant and to come with him. I don't know why they say servant and not just like companion. It's like they don't know the difference between the two. That's like hella weird. But you'll notice it's like a trend in this anime. But the thing is though, she's basically like one of those annoying AI companions in video games where she's really not able to do very much. With the new him that got reincarnated, not really liking her. Hey yo, she's old as shit though. This bitch 1,276 years old. This bitch prehistoric. She's so old. She was around when niggas was wearing leotards and saying indubitably,
Thomas, I am a bit concerned about this recent stock market fiasco.
She's old enough to see Barney and Fred fighting over a box of pebbles. Like, I'm assuming she still looks great for her age, but goddamn, I bet that shit got cobwebs on it. Old crusty box having, old dried up wig wearing, wearing that freaking white pasty makeup. I find it funny how when the goddess Melfina clarifies his wish and how they met, we come to find out just how down bad Kelvin was. Bro was calling her the most beautiful girl in the world. Man's really spent an hour telling her how much he loved her. Past Kelvin is ranking up there on the simplest. He really is. He was all like, my queen, my queen. And she just so happened to actually agree to this request. She's like, shit, this man sounds like a free vacation. I'm down. I haven't had one in decades. So you're telling me She gets away with murder and then gets a free vacation afterwards. This woman is treating him like a paycheck. She's about to have her own hot girl summer right now. So the goal of this anime is to grind to a high enough level so Kelvin can summon her. This is honestly sound like one of the plots for an JRPG game. Like, this could literally take forever. Like, she has max MP, she's a goddess, whatever max level, so this could last as long as they wanted to be honest. So Kelvin is a summoner, which is such a high rarity in this world that the king himself would have to personally come call him to be his servant. And Kelvin's all like, oh, fuck that. I want no parts of that. He's like, I likes my freedom. And I'm just like, that's crazy, huh? It's crazy. It's cool when you do it right. But when they try to do it to you, you get all, uppity about it. Like, oh no, my freedom, my freedom. I'm just saying, Kelvin, you have like 2 strikes already, bro. So yeah, he keeps this a secret. And when he gets to the Adventurers Guild, it's a lot of the normal fantasy talk where you have to start at the lowest rank and work your way up to S. And I did like it at least at the start of this one where they're like saying, oh, you got to complete at least 10 quests of that rank to move up to the next rank. Which is better than it being left up in the air and the story just be like putting him at the highest out of nowhere. That's crazy if they would do that, right? So he goes to hunt 3 Rimarus, and for now on I'm calling all the slimes in the anime Rimarus. He tries to make the slimes his first summon, but he has to get their consent. Like, yeah, it literally says that. I'm not making this up. I remember the first time I ever heard the word consent, with that being for my orientation the first year of college. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was awkward as hell. It was like, no means no. It's bad to use force. And it's bad to do things that other people don't want to do. The instructor was really talking to us like he was 5 though. I'm not gonna lie. He was... I didn't know how I was supposed to operate with that shit. I was like, yeah, of course. Like, I would hope by the time I was 20 or whatever, I would know all of this, right? Like, you don't have to break it down like that. He was all like, now listen, ladies. Look to your right. Now look to your left. One of these men could be a rapist. And then he just fucking left. I was just like, I was like, what do you do after? But apparently, to get their consent in this world, you gotta beat them into submission and they'll join you. Like, it's making it sound like he's a 1980s pimp or something. It sounds like that one nigga getting his ass beat at recess. It sounds like he's some type of Pokeball trader. But the Rimarus were not having that. And they started breaking this man's back out. Pause. And then they team up on this nigga and had him sweat. Okay, pause. But once the Rimarus got hit one time, they just stayed down. I guess he really is a Pokemon trader. And he names the slime Clotho. And that has to be one of the most trash ass names I've ever heard in my life. I'm not gonna lie though. It can low key pass for a black name. Jokes. Just jokes. Rimuru acquires a face and a personality, and then is told to go kill its own kind. Damn, starting to sound a lot like Pokemon. I'm not even making this part up though. You know I'm not lying. Kelvin even told Rimuru he didn't have to do it, but this little nigga wanted to. Now that's evil. It's like you grew up with your friends, and then one of them comes back to smoke you. Keep in mind, he didn't just smoke them, he ate them. Oh my god. This shit diabolical. So Mafina explains by using Rimuru why summoners are so OP in this world. It's cause they add plus 100 to all their stats, with him also being the only S-rank summoner in the world. This thing went from an attack power of 10 to 110, just like that. Kelvin basically has the enhanced ability like the guy from Redo of Healer, or that one guy from that other isekai. Like, their shit just turns their followers into super soldiers. Got them all juiced up and shit. I'm not gonna lie, what happens next is hella sus. I don't know why, but there's just been a trend in some of these new animes to bring up slaves, making it a bit uncomfortable. So you got these dirty old men looking at this elf girl trying to buy her, and the elf girl gives Kelvin a look, but then bruh just keeps on walking. I don't know why this is just an isekai rule to just have elves now and just have slave girls, but it's happening more and more recently. Also, to mention, there's no baths or showers here. I know it's historically accurate, but damn. My main lead is out here smelling like the juice at the bottom of the bed. Like, he smells like he has bad breath in the morning. He smells like dirty socks dipped in nacho cheese. He smells like dirty tennis balls that got drenched in piss. You know what? I really should have got a Manscaped ad for this shit. Like, damn, this would have been easy. Episode 2. So Kelvin and Rimuru have been grinding, hitting up the gym, drinking them protein shakes. And he's like rank E right now. And the other niggas are jealous that he's going in the dungeons, solo leveling them, and he's already at rank E. They are not happy. Old hating ass niggas, old dirty draws having ass niggas. Okay, I'm gonna stop. And then in walks in the biggest dick on campus, being casual. This boy is out here looking like a young Dio. This snake ass nigga looking like a stuck up Richie Rich. You look like Fred from Scooby-Doo. Made a baby with that bird Pokemon. Dodrio looking ass boy. You look like the type of person to walk in the middle of the basketball game and stop it because your ass didn't get picked. So he's basically the strongest in the guild, known for doing some shiesty ass shit to the newbies, taking freshman hazing a little too far, and everyone's talking about it, and no one wants to say anything. The guild girl tries, but she can't get it out. So he invites Kelvin to join his party to go on an adventure, but Kelvin's like, nah, I'm good. But Carshell ain't trying to hear that. He's like, what do you mean you good? And Kelvin's all like, yeah, I'm good. I was planning to chill today. Kelvin then appraises him to see that he's a level 34 murderer. Like, how the fuck is your murder level so high? Like that's not 34 murders. No. That shit is calculated like XP. This man wakes up early in the morning with some hot ass breath trying to smoke somebody. This man is early in the morning. I got murder on my mind. On my YNW Melly shit. And Kelvin just accepts it, challenging him to a competition. I can't even act like that's a good idea. Kids, don't try this at home. I promise you, this will not work out for you. If you try and challenge a level 34 Terminator, you will get smoked. So he beats him to the spot, and he tells him, I know y'all niggas were trying to scrap and trying to roll me up nice and tight into a pack. Pause. But I'm gonna be the one doing the smoking around here. I think I'm starting to smell that LA Confidential. Now run me that pack. And I'm not gonna lie, with the new gear that he bought, bro was ready. Like, bro had the Pack-a-Punch ray gun. The man had a couple cans of Perca-Colas. I'm talking the double tap root beers with a tier 3 dead shot. Bro was ready. And he has all of them just shook. It's like that one guy that came to hoop wearing the new Nikes and some coordinated gear and could actually hoop. And this nigga just straight up running. Like, he knew what time it was. But Rimuru was waiting for him. For thousands of years, I've been laying dormant. Who has interrupted my slumber? Is that the faint smell of a bitch ass nigga I smell? My favorite. And he was no longer looking cute and cuddly. This thing straight up ate him. Like, this thing ate so much previously that he became a demon class candidate. The amount of bodies needed for such a transformation is hard to even quantify. But it's like when the original Rimuru needed 10,000 sacrifices to become the demon lord. Yeah, little Rimuru was on the same shit. Like father, like son, I guess. But when it gets to the black ghost type monster, it starts giving him his entire backstory about he was a human who basically served this king of his old country, with him being turned into this, with people starting to attack him, when really the man just wanted someone to talk to. So the two of them end up getting into like this big CG fight, and I know CG, but it's not terrible. Like, it is slow. Like, it's a drag to watch, but I could understand the animator's pain because I did some of this in college, and that shit is not easy. So the Black Ghost Knight basically had his entire nation hit by this like plague, and this evil ass elf basically caused it and did it because they didn't want to help him do some other evil shit. So he ended up cursing them, sort of like the start of Beauty and the Beast, but they all die, even his daughter. So he takes the guys he captured back to the guild, and yeah, they give these niggas like basically the death penalty. They had to watch Dragon Ball Evolution. Well, that doesn't sound so bad. On a repeat. No. I like how the Black Knight is already trying to add the desk girl into the harem, but mommy, I mean, Goddess was not having it. Episode 3. So he meets the guild master, and he appraises him, and he's like, so are you from another world? And Kelvin was shitting bricks. He's like, how the fuck did you know that? And the guildmaster's all like, well, it's only been a week and you're already E-rank, doing so with no party man. And you beat our town's known level 34 murderer, and you also have black hair. So yeah, you're probably from another world. And he's like, shit. But the old guy just wants to be friends, since he knows other people like him in this world, using the heroes of the Holy Empire of Daramis, for example. Nelfina remembers this name, with her being the one to send them here. Like, damn, how many people have you killed? So basically the guildmaster breaks down that an enhanced demon king is on the way. Damn, like how did this nigga come enhanced? When did he get a buff? We haven't even met the regular demon lord. How did this man get an enhanced version? So the guildmaster is willing to give this nigga a max contract to save them. I'm talking Kevin Durant 198 million for 4 years type of contract. The guildmaster knows this nigga was hiding here so he wouldn't be in some giant power struggle like in Game of Thrones or some shit. So he wants him to stay here and protect them. What I don't get is this nigga is flat out saying, I know you want to hide out and not use your power for a big power struggle, but I'm gonna use you for our power struggle. And Kelvin just agrees. Okay, sure. So this guy's all happy to go buy an elf girl. Pause. Every time it gets me. Please, Japan, stop putting this in my isekai. Stop. This is happening a little too much. So apparently, she has this curse that burns everyone that touches her. I mean, I kind of feel better about that, I guess, you know, because consent, I don't know. I don't know if that makes it better, but that's there. The slave master is trying to talk him out of the deal. He's like, it's wrong. I can't possibly let you do this. But then he feels the weight of his wallet, and he instantly just started singing a different tune. So she's had this curse since birth, with her being a slave since birth, and no one has been able to touch her, or they die. So yeah, pretty sad. But of course, the main lead is able just to heal her. So he ends up taking her back to the inn, and Claire the innkeeper was not happy to see her. But she acts like a sister or mom to her, and helps her out. Oh yeah, her name is Elfil. Like E-L-F-I-L, but I guess I'm just supposed to be like expecting trash ass names from this anime. Like they're not even trying at this point. So yeah, that night they share a bed, making it hard for him to sleep because he got a stiffy the entire time. Episode 4. I don't know, it's almost stereotypical that the elf is just automatically doing archery, but I guess it does fit the party. So later that day, Kelvin goes on a date with Anji, being the desk girl, and Elf, I'm calling her just Elf, with him now being the big dick on campus. What happens next is what introduced me into the show. So this short, stocky ass nigga kicks their table down, and he's like the third prince or something in the country. I don't know, it doesn't matter. This man out here looking like that one short nigga from Shrek. Lord Farquaad looking ass boy. He's out here looking like that zesty ass pirate from Peter Pan. Old Captain Hook looking ass boy. He's like, those women look attractive. Give me the girls, and I'll forgive your crimes. To be honest, I could not land on what his voice would sound like, but I guess it would sound like this. This man trying to be the ugly bastard of this anime. Next, Kelvin does my favorite move in anime. The man pulls a demiurge from Overlord and makes this bow to him. This man was looking like he hit the gravity chamber on 300 times gravity. Meanwhile, Melfina's off talking to Coletti, being the priestess that summoned the other heroes. She tells her to stay away from Parthi, being where Kelvin's at, not wanting to involve him with the demon lords. So that night, Elf is trying to find out, why hasn't she gotten a piece of his toaster strudels yet? Like, why hasn't she gotten hit by the clip of his glizzy? Basically, why hasn't he smashed yet? She's like, am I not good enough? Am I not pretty enough? She's all like, I've never been touched in my entire life by anyone, and I never thought that the curse would be broken. And here you come along, Kelvin, breaking that curse, giving me a happy life. So now, I'm gonna be the one doing the touching. Like, it was getting serious. But then he's all like, babe, it's not like that. Keeping an eye on her collar, thinking to himself like, damn, I think it's time I buy a house. He's all like, I ain't trying to let my neighbors hear what I'm about to do to her. He wasn't trying to be on his Trey Songz shit. I bet the neighbors know my name, my name, my name. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, same. I need a house too. Melfina comes back, having picked up the stats from the hero's party, and they are not impressed by him. But it sounded a lot like another anime I know. Shield Hero Season 1, is that you? The guild calls him in, where the master blackmails him into going after this demon, since he knows he beat up the prince, which is like an international crime, which is at least 30 years to life. The demon is an S-rank mission, with it being deep inside of a treehouse. Inside, he's gotta fight an arc demon, with it having the Demon King's daughter locked up. Episode 5. So this guy has a gluttony skill that allows him to basically eat anything, and he's trying to eat them on his Hansel and Gretel ass shit. So he basically wants to eat them to gain a human skill that's gonna be able to release the Demon King's daughter, so then he can just turn around and eat her to become like the power of 2 Demon Kings combined. Keep in mind, he says she's like his daughter. That's his daughter, basically. This thing is literally Gluttony from Fullmetal Alchemist, and that is on a short list of characters I feared when watching anime. And Kelvin over here is excited. He's over here giggling to himself. He's ready to put him in a premium pack. Oh, this nigga different. And the others are just like used to it. They're like, oh, here he goes again. There goes his bad habit. A bad habit is not brushing my teeth in the morning. A bad habit is me not folding up my clothes. A bad habit is me not making my bed in the morning. This is some suicidal shit. This nigga is looking for the strongest niggas and wants to box them to the death. This nigga over here laughing this shit off. This nigga is for real battle junkie. This man is on his DBZ shit. This is the type of nigga that's scrapped for no reason. unprovoked. So yeah, they get to scrapping, using some more of their CGI effects. But it turns out this man was lying the entire time, with him secretly wanting this girl to be freed. And what happens next is one of the biggest kept secrets in isekais. And it turns out demons actually had humanity to them. They were literally just living their lives in peace. They weren't just evil for the sake of being evil. In fact, the humans were invading their castle where this girl was living, all peaceful like. So her dad cursed her so he could properly protect her, so that when she woke up, she could have a peaceful life, if peace ever came. And the demon basically asked Kelvin to keep her safe, with her dad already giving her a camouflage necklace. You know what, this guy's a real one. Now shout out to you, Victor. Even though you look like that thing from Alien vs. Predator, oh take me to your leader head ass. Looking like the demonic version of Martian Manhunter. Episode 6. This guy wakes up wanting some rice. If that ain't the most Asian shit I've ever heard. And you can't even cancel me for that shit. So they're off in search of getting some rice, with Melfina leaving them to go on a vacation, or getting dicked down on the side. What? Who said that? And then these bandits just come out of nowhere, trying to rob them. Kelvin is just unimpressed, and he tells Sierra, that being the demon girl, to go handle his lightweight. So she handles them, and they go to Taraj, with it basically being old Japan. And it turns out those bandits they beat up were beaten by an adventurer who became a national hero, who then turned around and did the same thing that they were doing. So the adventurer is basically their boss now, who's been doing a whole lot of kidnapping lately. And the guildmaster of Taraj knows about this, but she can't stop him because that would cause a civil war with the public. So Kelvin hatches a scheme to use the hero's party, who happens to be visiting the area. And the guild leader's thinking what we're thinking. If the hero defeats them, they won't have any issues. But Kelvin's like, nah, then I wouldn't get to fight nobody. This nigga's a menace. He's like, I'm trying to smoke some of that legendary hero kush tonight. And then when we get to the boss of the gang, he's all like, yes, finally a worthy opponent. And Kelvin's like, nah, bro, this ain't even a battle. It's like washing a dirty plate before the main dish arrives. Damn. So he has the MILF he saved earlier tell a false story to the hero, saying that the adventurers already saved them and that they need their help. So the hero's party goes running into the boss's room, to then see the thief's body on the ground, with him posted up in the back, ready to run the fade. Alright, so episode 7. So their evil theme music starts playing, and Kelvin's talking up a big game. He's like, yeah, look, I beat those sorry excuse for adventurers. What you gonna do about it? The hero Toya is like, we're gonna end your reign of suffering. I don't know why, but every time this guy started talking, it just reminded me of SpongeBob when that tough with the bandana was talking down to him.
You're gonna exterminate us?
Oh, Weenie Hunt Jr. looking ass. He's like, it's our job to protect the people from thugs like you. Comes like, thugs? Thugs? You haven't seen nothing yet. And he's like, so y'all nigga wanna play a game? And his idea of a game is taking all the heroes on by himself. Kelvin wants to test out his new item called Skill Eater, where he can store one of the opponent's skills into each of his hand. To start, he's breezing through the battle like normal. La-di-da, la-di-da. And then he just, out of nowhere, just gets right behind the wizard girl. And I'm just like, what are you trying to do back there? And he zaps her from the back. And she's down on her knees. Like, get her a pack of cigarettes, because she's out. Toya was not happy about that, and he was swinging around his sword, but he was just straight missing. With Toya's plan being to charge at him because he's a caster, assuming that he would be bad in close quarters, but bro, was he wrong. Kelvin started mixing him up something fierce, put this man straight up in a blender, making it look straight like a Muda meme. Muda, 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 muda. And the other girls are just shocked by this, since he's just bodying Toya, who has an S-rank close quarters skill, and his girl Setsuna has had enough watching, where they're able to cut through basically anything, but it's still not enough. Like, he came down like a demon, looking straight like Tanya from the war, blasting her right in the face, like Goku did to Kefla. Boom! Toya tries to fight Kelvin alone, but Setsuna slaps the shit out of him, giving him that usual hero speech about teamwork and friendship and some other bullshit, but it gets them focused on the match again, and Kelvin's all like, are y'all done with your pep talk? And Toya's like, yeah, we're done. And he's like, good, now it's time to get serious. The hero's party is able to tie him up, but Kelvin's all just like, perfect, just smiling. The man started charging up his attack like he was Goku, with a spirit bomb. Setsuna sees this and knows it's about to get bad, so she goes to skewer this nigga, but he just gives her a punch straight to the gut, and he swiftly just beats the rest of the party, while telling these niggas how they could have done better. He just made it look simple. When they wake up, he tells them this was all his plan, and now he's not really the bad guy. Toya's all like trying to anoint this guy as his master, and Kelvin's like, good, now strip. Hey yo. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed watching this anime. I don't think it's like great by any means, but it gave me a laugh while watching it. So like that's something, I guess. That's something. 2 out of 5. I don't know.